Hi, my friend, this is Kristy. Hi, my friend, this is Kristy. Did you tell the difference when I just spoke different ways? One is more masculine and one is more feminism. Today I want to talk about masculine and feminism, and we need to find the balance because I realize that nowadays there are so many people always talk about you need to be strong as a man, you need to do this and that, and you cannot cry as a man, and you need to be really tough and this kind of thing. But it's really not healthy. There are so many mental health issues going on for the men's world. And in fact, I'm always worried about my husband because I said to him, as women, we tend to release all the emotions. If we don't feel all right, we tend to be vulnerable. We wanted to share with you, with people, but men usually just hold it back. But anyway, as women, if it's too vulnerable and too emotional, you cannot really get things done and you will be led by emotion. Emotions are great guide, but they're not the good master. They don't teach us things greatly. If we listen to the emotions most of the time, it might not help us to build up things we want or we need. So we really need to balance these things. And today I want to talk about something not everyone is open to talk about, and I really want to share this because it's in my heart and I did not do any rehearsal on this. It's just what comes from me and I really want to share with you guys. First of all, I want to share my own story. As you know that I was always one of the youngest when I started the leadership roles, and even back long time at school or even in university, I was always the youngest and I did a lot of leadership roles. It doesn't mean I'm more experienced than anybody, but it just means that I do have a great passion about leading and leadership as well. There's one thing I learned really well is I love to learn from people, and I also love to learn from different genders. And I realized that if you only have one way or another, it doesn't really help. But when I mixed both into the leadership role, that made me so much unique and I made so much difference because of that. So today I want to conclude this into 3 different things for each side so that you can also take away to your world. It will help you to be a leader as you can mix and balance the masculine and feminism as well. So the first thing is talking about men, they always need to be tough. What does tough mean? Tough means when something happened along the way, they just need to face it and push for it and go for it. And it is very helpful. It will help you to become stronger because no pain, no gain. But the opposite side of it is if you are going too far, you do not find the right way to go through, and if you're not willing to share that with people, or if you're not finding a helpful community, you can end up going really extremely. And that happens to people who went to commit suicide, and there's a lot of commit suicide cases for men because they don't know how to relieve their emotions. So we need to be really careful about going tough. I'm just looking at my notes. So going tough, and you have to be very tough and tough and tough. Yes, being tough is important, but not go extremely. Now coming back to the feminism side is, as I said, you can be very vulnerable, and females as women, it's easier to be emotional. It's just how the body is built up as a woman. And sometimes it's really good because you're more sensitive about people's emotions. As there's a famous saying, people might don't remember what you do to them, but they do remember forever how they feel when they're with you. So this is a great advantage about females, that if we are sensitive about the emotions, we know when we are leaders, we know how to lead by thinking more and caring more about these people in our team. And trust me, I had experiences, and I know as a male, it's random. It's really hard for them to care too much at the same time. They just need to say, hey, I wanted to see your performance, that's all, show me. And as a female leader, you might say, okay, I want to see the performance, but tell me, are you okay? How are you doing? I found that you're not feeling 100%, and they were willing to share the concern, the things with you, and you build up the relationships with your team members, and that makes a huge difference as well. However, talking about be vulnerable, we also need to be very careful. As I said, we need to find the balance. If you are vulnerable all the time and you always cry and say, oh, I'm vulnerable, it's not good either. You're losing the authenticity, your power, when you especially need to lead a team. If you're always crying, you always don't know what to do. Why do they need a leader like that? They can be your leader instead of you are leading the team. So we just need to be really mindful. When we have emotions, we use the emotions, but we don't be led by the emotions, as we just mentioned before. So be vulnerable. It's something that is amazing for you to use, but don't go extremely. And the next thing for men, we're talking about the be strong. Be strong is something that we always heard, especially back in a long time ago. There's always wars, and these women usually take care of children, and men would just go out to hunt and to either to fight or get food and so on. So men are born to be strong. But nowadays, do you realize there are so many women who are actually much stronger? I'm not saying we are stronger than men. Again, I love both, and I love the gender equity, and I think they both are very important and very easy to, if we lose one or another, we're not going to be having the balance, which is why when talking about being strong, it's also important to realize, yes, you can be strong, but sometimes if you've been too strong, extremely strong, sometimes you don't have chance or room to look at your weakness, and it's where you can improve more, because sometimes the weakness can be your strength. And as the female as well, we're talking about strong. Sometimes female can be really, really weak. Weak doesn't mean we can't do anything. It's just there's limitations. For example, as me, for example, I don't like the insects, or if I heard about snakes and this kind of thing, I would be like crazy. I'm really scared, and spiders, I can't deal with this. Well, I think I can if I train myself, but I just don't have that intention, and I know this is not my area, this is a weakness I have, and that actually gives a great opportunity for people around me to be stronger and to show that they are stronger, and this helps to build up people around me to be better. If you're always strong, like I said about as a man, you always say, I can do everything, and you don't know anything. You just feel that you are the guy all the time. Nobody's better than you. And sometimes people might feel unconfident and feel uncomfortable be around you because you're too tough, too strong. And sometimes we just need to give a little bit credit, honor to people around us, give them opportunities to show that they can do as well, and that is called the wisdom. And when we are leader, especially, we don't want to push people down. We want to lift them up. So that's what I do most of the time. I try to lift them up by the way I give opportunities for the areas that I know I can do it if I spend more time, but I'll give chance for them to do it. After all, micromanaging is the worst case, and it's the most wasting time thing ever. So we have to avoid that, my friend. Now the third thing I want to talk about is talking about pushing. So when you're pushing, people is like, hey, this is what I found. If I'm too feminism, I would just be caring a lot on my team. And I realized when I'm very caring, yes, they're very touched. They can be really willing to contribute and take care of the company and take care of my business and take care of me as well. Because they know that I'm taking care of them. However, sometimes the problem about that is we'll go too extremely caring instead of nothing, no tough, no deadline, no requirement, no clear, demand or performance or whatever that is. If it's not clear, they can be really easily to go backwards and say, okay, I'm just going to be chilled and I'm just going to do whatever I feel like to do, and they're going to lose all the motivation, purpose as well. So we cannot go extremely just caring, purely caring. We do need some pushing. and we push them, say, hey, you can do this. Let's see, this month we're gonna hit this target. Let's do it together. And we have to measure based on the target to your performance. It is important. If you don't have that, they're gonna lose the motivation. They don't know what they need to achieve. If there's no ending goal mind, it doesn't help them to grow either. But sometimes when you're too pushy, they will be feeling like overwhelmed and there's no caring elements there. For example, if some of your team members, they have a lot of things happen in their lives, they might lose their partners or they lose their family members, might going through a very hard time. And that's when I want to bring the feminism in. As me, I'm a female, and what I do, I had a few examples I can share with you. One of the examples I always do is whenever there's a tough time in my team or someone's lives, I tend to first of all care about what's going on and what I can do to support them before I ask them to deliver the work. Because after all, what I'm dealing is not just commodity, it's a human, and they are like me. And if I treat them well, they will treat me back well as well. So I usually will just do asking how you're going. And there are a few cases, for example, one of the team members a long time ago, she came in and she got her father passed away. I felt really bad, even though it's only her first 2 weeks. And I gave her some financial support and said, I hope this can comfort your family getting through this hard time. And she really appreciated it. And that's really something that she remembers forever. And what I'm trying to do there is not just to be remembered, it's more about I know what I'm doing. It's great because if I care about them, they know that it's from the bottom of my heart. I'm not pretending, and I did not even expect anything coming back because afterwards, this another special case. This girl, she has a lot of things going on in her life, in her family, and she still decided to leave because of her personal reasons. But I don't feel that's something I regretted at all because whenever there's a chance, I can always show the care. And it's not about who that person is, it's about what is my boundary. I wanted to care about my people because I know that's the right way to go. And as masculine, the man usually will be more like, there are still great people, man, leaderships that they are learning and they're caring as well. I had great leaders before they are men and they're really good, and I'm very thankful. I think because also I'm a female, they treat me a little bit softly, give me a little bit time to breathe, but I'm very self-disciplined and always set up goals by myself. I wanted to be proactive rather than reactive. And these are the stories and experiences that I really experienced, and I think they're really powerful and not many people are talking about it. So I hope this will help you, my friend, to achieve your goal. No matter you're a male leader or a female leader, we are all important and we're all very much needed each other to balance this world. After all, our goal is to make the world a better place. So I hope this helped you, my friend. Have a blessed day.